Welcome to DML Discovery Metal Legion. Today we're doing something a little bit different. We're going back to the tier list on this Sunday afternoon here in Down Under. Today we are doing a genres ranking, a metal genre ranking. Now, I do really enjoy metal, and I enjoy most metal apart from a few metal genres out there. But before I start, let me know your favorite metal genre down below. And this is going to be fun. Look at all these friggin' ads. Holy crap. This is going to be fun. And let's get on with it. So, the S tier is outstanding. This is my favorite. Those will be my favorite metal genres. A is amazing, B is good, C is okay, D is shit, and I haven't heard is apparently, I haven't heard the metal genre. But I have heard most of these metal genres, I believe. So let's get on with it. So first up is alternative metal. We're talking about bands such as Deftones, Breaking Benjamin, and at times even Korn. And even Slipknot. So I really enjoy most of these bands, so I'm going to put alternative metal into B. We're also talking about Linkin Park as well within the metal genre. Next up is funk metal. Funk metal, it says Primus, so funk metal would be like sort of progressive, bit of, with a few rock elements, with some cool funky bass. I'm not a really big fan of funk metal, unfortunately, so I will put them into D. Next up is nu metal. We're talking bands such as Limp Bizkit, Korn, Slipknot. Nu metal was really good, and even Linkin Park. Or even Deftones was pretty nu metal as well, especially throughout the early years, so I'm going to put nu metal into C. Next up is rap metal. Rap metal will be the same as nu metal, I suppose. I suppose rap metal would be like trap metal, like Ghost and Man or something like that. So I'm going to put rap metal into D. Hey, next up is black metal. Easily goes into instant S. Black metal, talk about Darkthrone, Marduk, fucking... just so many amazing bands, can't think of any other black metal bands. Burzum, Mayhem, all the juicy black metal bands, and this is a genre that is very varied black metal. You got so many different sub-genres of black metal. We're talking about atmospheric black metal now. Atmospheric black metal easily goes into S. Absolutely amazing atmospheric black metal bands out there like Grimmer, Etheric, Burzum, even Imperium Decadence. So many great atmospheric black metal bands out there. Even Ulva is atmospheric black metal. We got Black Gaze. Black Gaze is next, and that goes into A. Like, I really do enjoy Black Gaze, bands such as Harakiri for the Sky and Alcest. But then you got bands like Death Heaven, Panopticon, which I'm not really big fans of. But yeah, I'm still going to put Black Gaze into A, just because it's my least favorite black metal in the black metal genre. Next up is black and roll. Black and roll is fun, incorporate elements of black metal with rock and roll, with some really fast guitar. So I do enjoy black and roll, but black and roll will be, I'm actually gonna drop it to B actually. Bands such as Caval Attack are black and roll. Next up is depressive black metal. Depressive suicidal black metal easily goes into S. Cold World, Leviathan, Silencer, just so many amazing bands out there. Forgotten Tomb, depressive black metal is one of my favorite genres. Next up is melodic black metal. Melodic black metal is fantastic. We'll drop it to A though, because it's not my favorite it's not my favorite genre within the black metal spectrum. Melodic black metal, very similar, talking about Dissection, Lord Belial, all those great bands like that. But yeah, melodic black metal drops into A for me. I'm going to move melodic black metal into, next up to Black Gaze. Next up is pagan black metal. Pagan black metal is such a fantastic genre. Love it, beautiful folky elements. We're talking more on the folk black metal side, such as Druk is, I believe, pagan black metal as well. But pagan black metal goes into A, the high class tier of A. Next up is raw black metal. Fucking love raw black metal. I think it's fantastic. We're talking bands such as Ulva, and even Burzum, pretty raw as well. So raw black metal is fantastic. It's going in next to atmospheric black metal. Next up is technical black metal. Talking about bands such as Deathspell and Mega. A really big fan of technical death metal, unfortunately. This is my least favorite in the black metal genre. Even Imperial Triumphant, it's sort of, we're talking about avant-garde black metal here, Ranzi Pazuzu, but I'd still put technical black metal into B, actually. Ooh, blasphemy. Next up is symphonic black metal. Talking about bands such as Dimmu Borgir, Summoning, Anorexia Nervosa, all those amazing bands that are symphonic black metal. Apart from Dimmu, I'm not really a big fan of Dimmu, but overall I have seen Dimmu live, and they were fantastic. But I'm putting symphonic black metal into A. Next up is war black metal. There is Blasphemy, amazing album, War Metal. I didn't think that was war metal, to be honest, but apparently it is. But yeah, war metal's fun. I'm gonna put war metal into B. Next up is death metal. Death metal. I love death metal. I really do. Amazing bands like Morbid Angel, Cannibal Corpse, Obituary, Asphyx, just so damn good. So death metal easily goes into S for me, but it is in wait, there's too many places in S here. Fuck it, I'll put death metal into A here. Like, if I had a black metal album and a death metal album, I would actually listen to the black metal album first. So black metal, death metal sits into A. Next up is brittle death metal. So it's showing Cryptopsy, None So Vile, but yeah, I really do enjoy Cryptopsy and all the brutal death metal bands out there, and even Suffocation as well. But that is brutal death metal is like my least favorite. I don't know why I thought it was like technical death metal, but apparently it's brutal death metal. So I'm gonna, this will be my least favorite in the death metal genre. Slam death metal, again, incorporate elements of breakdowns within death metal, very similar to like the deathcore scene, you could say. I'm gonna put it is probably one of my least favorite genres, slam death metal, so I'll put slam death metal into C. Death and roll, again, very similar to black and roll, incorporates elements of rock and roll within the death metal spectrum. Again, it's probably up there to be, it's fun, I suppose it's fun. It's got Entombed, Wolverine Blues, which is a fantastic album, but death and roll would probably sit with black and roll. Melodic death metal is next, and it's got the album Carcass Heartwork on it. Good album overall. I really do enjoy melodic death metal, talking about bands like Dark Tranquillity, In Flames, so many great bands out there. That's all the bands I can think of at the moment, but yeah, melodic death metal. I'm gonna put melodic death metal into, it's going into the high B tier. Next up is technical death metal. Technical death metal, very similar to like proggy death metal. It's basic technical progressive, same fucking thing, you could say. But yeah, really enjoy technical death metal. It's got, of course, death symbolic, that's it. Amazing songs like 1,000 Eyes. But yeah, we're not talking about death here. But technical death metal, really good stuff. So I prefer melodic death metal over technical death metal a little bit more. Next up is doom metal. And doom metal easily, if we talk about normal doom metal, I don't think we got death doom metal, drone metal. Drone metal goes into D because I can't stand that fucking genre. Funeral doom though, funeral doom, it's got, hell yeah, it's got Bell Witch, Mirror Reader, but that instantly goes into S. And I would put funeral doom next to fucking atmosphere. Actually, no. Overall, funeral doom metal is like a top tier fucking genre for me. Absolutely love it. Ahab, hello, Ahab. Ahab, Evoken, Esoteric. Oh, just so many great funeral doom metal bands out there. Doom Metal, yeah, Doom Metal's great. Funeral Doom, it'll be next to Atmospheric Black Metal for me. Got Death Doom Metal, hello, I prefer Death Doom over Death Metal. Blasphemy, but that goes next to I'd rather listen to Death Doom than raw black metal. Gothic Metal is next, and we're talking about bands such as Typo Negative, and Death Doom Metal. Like I said, Death Doom Metal be bands such as like Asphyx, with their Death Doom elements, even Autopsy and everything like that. So Gothic Metal is next, and Gothic Metal's fantastic. Although I wouldn't listen to much Gothic Metal, but I love Typo Negative, and Gothic Metal is really good. So I'm gonna put Gothic Metal next to Alternative Metal. Next up is Sludge Metal. Sludge Metal, fantastic genre. So many great bands out there. Got Acid Mammoth. Acid Mammoth is incredible. Sludge Metal would be on the realms of like Doom Metal, so I really enjoy the Doom Metal spectrum of things. Sludge Metal is very similar with the Jeroni, sludgy guitars as well. So Sludge Metal I'm gonna put next to Black Gaze. Stoner Metal, again we're talking about like a fucking Sleep. We're talking about I can't think of the band's name. What's it called? What's it fucking called? Paul Bearer. So Stoner Metal will be just next to Symphonic Black Metal. Traditional Doom Metal. I absolutely love Traditional Doom Metal. I think it's fantastic. It is going with, we're talking about bands such as like Candlemass, Cathedral. So we're going to move Traditional Doom Metal into here. We're going to move Depressive Black Metal up to here, because I love actually I prefer Funeral Doom over Depressive Black Metal. Epic Doom Metal. Epic Doom Metal would be like the same to fucking Traditional Doom Metal, so I don't know why there's again we're talking about Candlemass here, so I'm not even gonna put it in. Or Epic Doom Metal be next to Traditional Metal, Doom Metal, because it's like the same, you know. I'm gonna start moving things around. So Raw Black Metal is down with Melodic Black Metal. I do really enjoy raw black metal, but looking at all these other genres, I prefer other genres better than raw black metal. Folk metal. Yeah, folk metal's great. You incorporate many different metal genres within folk metal. How you could even have folky black metal, which is like similar to pagan black metal. But yeah, folk metal is okay, but it's like one of my least favorite genres. But you were talking about bands such as Elevate and all that. But yeah, I'm gonna put folk black metal into C, and that's the same as Celtic metal being the C as well. Viking metal, talking about bands such as Bathory, especially in the later years, like even Amon Amarth, I suppose, all the Viking metal bands. So I'd put Viking metal into probably B. Like Bathory would be like, if I had to rank Bathory, like if I had to rank other bands next to Bathory, it'd probably be in the A or S. Grindcore, I still can't get into grindcore, so I'm gonna put them into D. It's like one of my least favorite genres in metal, apart from like if you have elements like black metal and grindcore together, it's so damn fucking good, like a Nel Nafrak. Cybergrind, I actually don't think I've heard of Cybergrind. Death grind, now we're talking about death grind. If you have elements of grindcore and death metal, it's a much better genre in my opinion. But I'm gonna put death grind, but it's still not like one of my favorite genres, so I'll put death grind in C. Gore grind, holy shit, piece of shit that is. So that's in D. Gore noise, fuck off, D. Heavy metal, hello, it's easily going into next to Funeral Doom. next to black metal. So heavy metal, Black Sabbath, Iron Maiden, Judas Priest, all of them easily is an S, because without heavy metal you wouldn't have all these other genres. Like heavy metal is on a cloud of its own. It really is, to be honest. So I think that without heavy metal, definitely without heavy metal, you wouldn't have all these other genres in metal. So maybe I should make another tier, I'm not too sure. But I absolutely love heavy metal. It's like one of my favorite genres. Glam metal. Glam metal's good. Looking at the Wasp album cover there, love Wasp. But glam metal easily goes into A for me, right next to death metal. It's got new wave of British heavy metal. Again, without this genre, it's not really a genre, to be honest, but it's right next to heavy metal. Hello, Iron Maiden, amazing. Power metal is incredible. Blind Guardian, Symphony X, progressive metal. Symphony X do have elements of power metal. Camelot, bands such as Rhapsody of Fire. Power metal sits into A for me, right next to death metal. Speed metal, again, speed metal was like really fast metal, I suppose. Elements of power within the speed metal genre. So speed metal is fantastic, I think, but it's not really a genre, to be honest. I think like speed metal is very similar to heavy metal, power metal, because you can get really confused with all these genres actually. So speed metal would be right next to, wow, I'd drop it into, well, I preferred speed metal over brutal death metal, so I'll drop it speed metal here. Industrial metal's fun overall. You can have many different elements of industrial metal. One band I can think of within the industrial metal spectrum are bands such as Ministry, industrial metal. So industrial metal's fun. I really enjoy industrial metal actually, but I'm gonna put them in okay. They're okay. Cyber metal, again, oh my god, I'm guessing, I don't think I've heard of cyber metal, to be honest. So I don't think I've heard of cyber metal. Wait, it's got Rage Against the Machine. Is that cyber metal? I thought that was like alternative metal. But anyway, yeah, next up is Neudeutsche Harde. We're talking about bands such as Rammstein, Lord of Lost. But yeah, really enjoy this kind of metal, to be honest. So that is sitting in B next to this. There we are. Metalcore, one of my favorite genres in metal, to be honest. It's up there, man. It is up there to be within death. That's how much I enjoy this genre, metalcore. Really love bands such as Parkway Drive, I Prevail, Motionless in White, Avenged Sevenfold, Bullet for My Valentine. Fucking love them. I love metalcore. Metalcore is like my gateway to the metal genre, and really do enjoy the metalcore genre. I think metalcore is a top genre. I know a lot of people say it's poser metal, whatever, but it's just that I just love the cool riffs, the awesome vocals, the clean vocals, the poppier vocals as well. Like Bad Omens does it so well. But yeah, deathcore is next. Deathcore is fun overall. It's going, I prefer deathcore. Deathcore's pretty fun. So deathcore next to speed metal. Mathcore, not a really big fan of mathcore, like some bands out there. So that's going into D. But I would prefer mathcore. I'd put them in the C actually, because mathcore's cool, proggy at times, like Car Bomb, Dillinger Escape Plan. So I'll put that in the C here. Melodic metalcore. We're talking about Trivium here. That's got Trivium, Ascendancy, amazing. I'd put that right next to metalcore here. We'll move power metal up because I fucking love power metal. Power metal up is next to death metal because I prefer power metal over metalcore. Transcore. Don't know what transcore is. I suppose there's a lot of There's electronic elements, electronic breakdowns, I suppose. That's fun overall, but I don't know really what trancecore is. Post-metal, post-metal's fun overall. Very atmospheric in tone, you could say. So I'll put post-metal right next to Viking Metal. Doomgaze, that is like the first thing I've ever heard before in the doom metal genre. But Doom's amazing overall, so I'm gonna put Doom. I'm guessing Doomgaze is like trippy, doomy, atmospheric music here. So I reckon I would absolutely fucking love that. So I'm gonna put Doomgaze into probably A, I suppose, right next to power metal. Progressive metal's amazing. Easily goes into S for me. I'm talking about bands like Dream Theater, Threshold. So that is going right here into S. Next up is Gent. That's not really a genre, but I'm gonna put Gent into probably C. Talking about bands such as like Meshuggah, Periphery, all those. Thrash metal is fun older genre. Thrash metal, Metallica, Slayer, Testament, Anthrax, all fun bands. Can't put thrash metal into, well, I prefer thrash metal over technical death metal, that's for sure. Technical black metal. But some technical black metal is very good. But there's just some bands I don't really like in the technical black metal genre. I'm gonna put thrash metal into probably, where am I gonna put it? Probably next to war metal, I suppose. Have a similar sound. Crossover thrash. Crossover thrash is cool, I guess. Goes into probably C here. Technical thrash metal, talking about bands such as The Vector here. Elements of black metal within their sounds. Pretty cool overall. Put them into B here. Avant-garde metal, Obscura, Gorguts. Really enjoy Gorguts' overall discography. Not a really big fan of Obscura. Talk about avant-garde metal like a Ranzi Pazuzu. We're talking about, there's a lot of repetitiveness on this tier list, to be honest. But we're talking about the experimental bands, like even Imperial Triumphant. Imperial Triumphant's pretty good as well, but it's like my least favorite genre in metal, but I prefer them over... Avant-garde is actually really growing on me, so I'm gonna put avant-garde into C, next to folk metal. Neoclassical metal. Neoclassical metal is elements of like classical instruments, cool musical compositions. They got Symphony X, Divine Wings of Tragedy, which is an absolutely amazing album. It is more on the progressive metal side, to be honest, but neoclassical is fantastic overall. So I'm gonna put neoclassical next to alternative metal. Next up is symphonic metal, bands such as Epica, Nightwish, fantastic genre into metal. I'm gonna put symphonic metal into A here. Fantastic. But symphonic metal could be anything. Like symphonic metal could be within the black metal genre, within the death metal genre. So it's just a wide variety of what the symphonic metal can be. So yeah, let me know in the comments below your favorite metal genres. Hope you did enjoy it. This was a little bit of fun. And more serious video will be next week. And I will see you in the next one.